Hi everyone, well welcome to Trajexis and a quick online video how to use it as a clinical instructor working for Modesto Junior College. Hopefully it will be under 10 minutes, but let's see. First, I'm just going to pull over this Word document so you can see. There are some different roles that I identified, and this is in Canvas, so if you want a copy, I did the student role and I made a video, and that will be accessible to you so you could watch everyone's role, and then a quick video on the hospital preceptor role, and now this time I am doing the clinical instructor role. So I will show you what your role is, and basically I'm going to have you verify and approve each student's time records, and then assist with the competency exam. So I'm expecting most of this to be done by the clinical or the preceptor at the hospital, but they maybe don't have time or they don't have the equipment, so you can get some of that stuff checked off and encourage them to use Trajexis. And then, as you know, you will review the patient assessment ventilator sheets and oxygen sheets, but that's documentation doesn't necessarily need to be in Trajexis. So the time records, and then you can look at reports and see what the students are checked off on to get them encouraged to do some more check-offs. And then at the very end of the semester, there's an end of clinical evaluations. So I want you to evaluate the clinical site and get some feedback from you. All right, so back to Trajexis. Show you. It's actually not too difficult. It's just that it's new, so it's just something new, and we have that training curve, but it's actually pretty easy. So Trajexis is our online cloud that we're going to use instead of the clinical packet. You just go to trajexis.com, and you do need to register. So once you've registered, you can log on. So this is the home page, and I'm going to go ahead and log on to show you. Once you have logged on a few times, if you want, you can save it in your smartphone or your computer to make it easy, like I did. So I'm going to log in, because there's so many passwords, it's hard for me to remember them. And then over here there is a menu, and I am going to go to Clinical Instructor Login, which is CI Login, and show you where you can do some different things. So we are in the test center, but normally you would go to California, and then you could pick the site, whatever hospital you're at, but I'm going to go ahead and click the test site because that's all I have available right now, and go ahead and log in. And then over here, approve the time records. And this is nice. Before you had the paper trail, and actually with night shift it was a little complicated because some students would put the night they went in and someone would put the day, after midnight, and so this makes it a lot more accurate. So what I want you to do is go to Approve Time Records, and here you will see your students that need to be approved. And it does have an IP address. If it's in the red or the pink, it might be showing you that they logged in outside of the hospital. So I just wanted to show you that so you can check on it. If you find everything is good with the student, you can go ahead and just click Approve. Down here, I want to show you some of the information is either not in, or they didn't clock in electronically, so then they had to do an exception form. So this is down here, so you can click on each of these and look at it, or what you could do is just generate an email notification to make sure that they finish clocking in and out. So then you just generate this. Once they've corrected the student what they need to, it will pop up here for you to approve. So this something is missing, and you're just going to generate an email to the student so they know to finish something, and then up here, this is where you need to approve. So that's the first thing I wanted to make sure that you saw. So verifying. Then assisting with the competency forms. So here's our competency evaluations. And you can look up your students. So I've got test again, but you would look up your actual student, and then you would put in, you could see what we've done in lab if you're curious, or you can go to the clinical competency at the clinical, and then the major area. So clinical 1 is first semester, clinical 2 is second semester, clinical 3 is third semester, clinical 4 is fourth semester, and the NICU rotation is the NICU rotation. So this semester for fall 2019, we have clinical 1 starting in a few weeks. First semester, we have third semester starting next week, and then we'll have a NICU rotation. So just to show you, I'll click on clinical 3, and you can go ahead and look at the different procedures and see what your students have been doing. You can click them on right here. You can click them as getting it completed if you would like, and then submit it. And you do need to click on every single one for it to save it, or it will highlight red and let you know. And then I'm just going to go back to competency evals because I wanted to show you. Okay, so if you want to see what competency evaluations your students have completed, you go to records here. Oops, I just want, oh, I'm sorry, reports. Okay, so reports. So you can click on time totals and see all the times that your student has been at the hospital, or if they went to a fair, wherever they clocked in and out. You can go to their skills summary. You can go to the completed comp exams, your evaluation summaries, and completed evaluation forms. So you can go to all of those. And I'm just going to show you the completed comp exams, sorry. So if you want to see what your student has completed so you know what they need to do, you go to here and you can filter. So click the test site, click on a student, click on their major study. You can get all the skills if you leave that blank. Lab, you can see what we've done in lab from the date if you want, or you could just leave that open and then through the date, which you would want to do at least through the current date. And then C, just leave those all any, and then apply this filter. Now this is a test student, so we don't have any completed competency skills, but they would show up everything that they had completed here, so you could see what they have completed, and then you can just reset the filter. So that's actually pretty easy to kind of take a look at, but I wanted to show you that so you can assist with those competencies. And then again, you can review any of the reports that you want. So if you want to see how their evaluation summaries are going, you can click on that and then review their effective skills, and then all of this, fill this out. So all users by the student, so pick your student's name, the test site, or what site it is, and then when you go to the Excel report, show report, there's no data because we don't have a student in there yet, but it would show you what information has been shown. Okay, so you can review the reports. You need to check their time records, and then at the very end of the clinical, the end of the semester, we do want you to go to evaluations right here, and let's see, clinical site evaluation by clinical instructor. So if you could just do that and evaluate the site and then submit, that's all you need to do. So Trajecxis is actually pretty easy. Again, let me know if you have any questions, and we'll work through this together. All right, thank you.